century after the division, the wind of the reunification comes blowing. From the last point of division to the starting point of peace. Towards a place of hope with a wind of change. The one dream of the Korean race. Where time stands still, the DMZ has remained a scar of the war. June 25, 1950. The war began with the Blitz, the southward invasion of North Korea, which began together with the sounds of the sky-high bombings. The war ravaged the country and left it devastated with the casualties of around 3.9 million people, along with 10 million people who were separated from their families. The long war that lasted 3 years and 1 month was put to an end with the signing of an armistice agreement at the truce village of Panmunjom on July 27, 1953. The DMZ was built around the military demarcation line, which was created when the war ended. However, even after the armistice agreement, North Korea excavated underground tunnels at the DMZ on the truce line with the purpose of a surprise invasion and rear attack. On November 15, 1974, the first tunnel was discovered about 1.2 kilometers south of the military demarcation line, 8 kilometers northeast of Gwangpo, Yeoncheon-gun, Gyeonggi-do. And on March 24, 1975, the second tunnel was discovered 13 kilometers north of Cheolwon, Gangwon-do. And on October 17, 1978, the third tunnel was discovered at 435 meters south of the military demarcation line, 4 kilometers south of the truce village of Panmunjom, with the size being large enough for 30,000 troops with field artillery and other heavy weapons to pass through the tunnel in an hour, thus proving that the tunnels were created by North Korea for the purpose of invasion. The fourth tunnel was discovered on March 3, 1990, at 26 kilometers northeast of Yanggok, Gangwon-do. Since then, despite our relentless efforts to heal from the confrontation and conflict, North Korea has halted the DMZ's time for peace and reunification with its unceasing provocations. Despite the relationship between South Korea and North Korea that has long been marred by conflict and reconciliation, our desire for peace and unification has taken a strong step toward peace with the joint position of the two Koreas at the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, and the women's ice hockey team, which was launched as the first unified Korean team in the history of the Olympics, gave the world a great cry of peace with the message, "We are one." And the July 4th joint statement of South Korea and North Korea, which began with a wish for a peaceful reunification of the Korean race, led to the April 27 Panmunjom Declaration, which will become the cornerstone of lasting peace and prosperity of the Korean Peninsula, and the reunions of separated families, which has been the dream of the 10 million people of the separated families, was a gift that came from peace. Also regarding the project of connecting and modernizing the railroads on the Gyeonggi Line and the EC Line, which connects the stems of the main arteries of the Korean Peninsula, it's become the starting point where South and North Korea as an economic community could materialize the dream for prosperity by going beyond Korea unto Eurasia. Just like the flowers that blossom on the barbed wire fences, Time has been changing the DMZ. With the winds of peace and prosperity on the Korean Peninsula, the land of pain filled with the scars of war was reborn as DMZ, the road to peace. The roads for peace in Goseong, Cheolwon, and Paju have been changing into a space for rest and healing. And the marathon and bicycle tour that gets held every year have been promoting the spread of the reconciliation atmosphere of the Korean Peninsula and the development of the border areas. In addition, through diverse film festivals and concerts, the DMZ has been changing into a space for communication and reconciliation and where culture blossoms. The greatness of nature has changed the DMZ, which is a symbol of division, into a ground of life. Here, where the gifts of nature have been breathing alive, the Alps enjoy freedom and peace, and the rare wild flowers have been splendidly embroidering the DMZ with their own beauty. At the DMZ, which is a paradise of birds, the black-faced spoonbills, which are the natural monuments, sing peace. And the diverse migratory birds that come here every year will remember the DMZ as a land of peace. At the DMZ, where division has gifted a place full of nature, a step towards reunification beyond the peace of the Korean Peninsula begins. The DMZ, a place where life breathes nature. To peace and coexistence beyond war and division. Beyond ideology and confrontation, into a land of economy and prosperity. Painting reunification. Painting change. DMZ, the land of life. By going beyond half a century of division, a new future for the next 100 years is being prepared.